Guess who's back? Still smelling all upon me, clothes upon me, rose upon me, guys upon me, words upon me, cause upon the things I put on my body so you don't see my neckhead's body. It's your boy, S&J, Scru, Jean, Fizzer. And right now I am editing. I am in the process of editing episode 5 of the Mun Food Podcast. You see that? Top 10 songs of the early 2000s. This one's a doozy. This episode's a doozy. So tune in. Big tune for your head top. Now, this video was something that was going to be coming regardless. This was something that, you know what I mean? Something that we, you know, as a unit have had to discuss for a while. For a while now. What the hell? Anyway, so my final thoughts on Revival. Was Revival as bad as everybody said it was? Now, if you've been watching this page faithfully, especially the last week, I've been doing a retrospect or retro action or whatever you call it, re-listened to, what's it called? I re-listened to the Revival Revival album, and going through it, honestly, we're gonna go through like each reaction and what I thought. You know what I'm saying? And then we're gonna talk about exactly, you know what I'm saying, the full thing, just to be real. I honestly do think, though, hold on, I think that a lot of us had high expectations, had really high expectations, because M hadn't dropped anything in so long. M hadn't done anything major in so long that we expected him to walk on water, right? You can't drop River and then not expect us, you know, to walk on water. You see what I did there? Honestly, though, I'll put it like this. Revival is not in my top, is on my bottom tiers of Eminem albums. And was it as bad as they say it was? Yeah, kinda. I'm sorry. Yeah, it kinda was exactly as bad as they said it was. Here's how we're gonna do it, right? Okay. So, in your head, I'm going to reverse for my reactions. In my head, I think I did every single song right. If I missed a song on Revival, let me know. But In Your Head was cool. But In Your Head, to me, might have been one of my favorite songs. There's maybe like 2 songs after really listening to it that became new favorites to me. In Your Head has to maybe be one of them, only because of the way Eminem's rapping, the story he's talking about. But the thing that holds this record back from being super fire is a problem that is reoccurring on this album. There's a reoccurring issue on this problem is the sampling is so garbage. The sampling is horrible, man. The sampling is bad, bro. Like, the sampling isn't blended. The sampling isn't mixed. The sample is really just, they find a popular, like, pop or soft rock record. They take the chorus off of it and they drop it onto another beat. That's really, or just create another beat around it. That's really all they did. So, like, I think sonically, that's why so many people had so many problems. That was one problem that people had with Revival, was that kind of thing. But what was the next one? Castle. I think I did like Castle too. Castle was a good song. I don't know if I don't think there's a sample in this one, right? The In Your Head was egregious because the song is also called In Your Head. It sounded very lazy to me. It didn't sound like you took that because it made you feel a type way. I think you took that because it was a popular chorus and people would recognize it. Castle was cool too. You know, I'm not, honestly, I might have liked Castle more than I liked the other one, but let's just say. A Rose was straight too. A little better the second time hearing it. Not eons better, right? Now, Bad Husband was cool to me. Bad Husband as a storytelling song was cool to me. I definitely think that, now I know that there's certain songs that are about Haley and there's certain songs that are about Kim, but I definitely think like he could have killed two birds in one stone and really just thrown more of the Kim stuff into more of his music than making just, because he had a lot of songs that were like this, I feel like. You know, like the last couple of songs that were like, he passed away, but then he rewinded time and he was revived and he never put the pills up and he flushed the pills. Like all that stuff, it was cool and it was cohesive, but to me it kind of sounded like a different project, but maybe in a good way, because I feel like it did sound like a different project, but maybe that's what Revival was supposed to be. But y'all know, I mean, Believe, wasn't a big fan of Believe. Was not a big fan of Believe. After hearing Believe, it still got me with the I mean face. Real got me with the I mean, if you squint your eyes, you can kind of see it. You know what I mean? Like, you know, when your homie or when you draw something and it's mad trash, and you ask someone look at it, they're like, what is that? You're like, that's a dog, obviously. And then your homie like, shit, if I squint my eyes, I kind of see the tail a little bit. That's what Believe was. If you squint your eyes, it's kind of dope. If you squint your eyes, you might find the dopeness. Wasn't a big fan of that one, though. I'm just going down my list of videos right now. Gotta go to page 2, because we've been running through the Eminem stuff, bro. We've been running through the Revival stuff, bro. Shout out to everybody who watched every single video that I did about Revival. Heat. I don't know if I was a big fan of Heat. I can't really remember which one Heat was, but not a big, don't think I was a big fan of that one. Eminem Like Home to me was the most criminal use of Alicia Keys I've ever heard. It was the one time I heard Alicia Keys jump on a song and be like, this is decent. This is like, the singing is not bad, but the soul is missing. It sounds like Alicia, took Alicia Keys and you gave her that Space Jam basketball and she grabbed it and lost all her soul. Where was it at? This was like the most homogenized I've ever heard Alicia Keys sound like. To me, this could have been Alicia Keys, Skylar Grey, Pink. It could have been any of them, because like Alicia Keys, come on, man, you ain't gonna do my mom. Come on, man, you ain't gonna do my baby like that. You don't know what you That's Alicia. She don't even look good with no makeup on. That's Alicia. Oh, beautiful, freckled, good. Whoa. Alicia. Now, my second song, this brings me to the song that I liked as my second favorite song, was Offended. Now, I think when I initially reacted to this album, I said that. But to me, Offended, after the second listen, really made me like it. I definitely didn't like it at the level. Like, I didn't like any of the songs at the level that I liked them in the first reaction, because a lot of that was that new Eminem, oh my goodness, new M. So you're excited. After listening to it, separated from the moment, separated from the everyday struggle, separated from the Joe and M beef, separated from all of that, you just listen to it as a piece of art, piece of work. It was the best showing of Slim Shady in this whole album. That's what I'll say. It was the best showing of Slim Shady in the album. I liked it. You know what I'm saying? That was my other one. That was like my little favorite one. Now, I think those are all the songs I didn't do. Yeah, that's all the songs. And then all the other songs I did. So, my final thoughts on Revival. Was it as bad as people said it was? Is it a secret gem? Was it overlooked? Is there something that somebody can do to reverse time for us all to see it the same way? Find out all these answers on the next episode of Dragon Ball. No, I'm just kidding. I will say this. I've been very roller coaster emotion with this album. When it first dropped, I had a little bit more excitement to it. Doesn't mean that I liked it, doesn't mean it was my favorite album. I had more excitement towards it. After reviewing it and sitting on it, after I reviewed it, didn't like it as much. Even during the reviews, as I was doing the single reviews, didn't like it as much. Now, taking time away from that situation, listening to it again, what I will say is there are certain songs, like, was it Heat? Like, Offended. Certain songs that did not get the Chloroseptic, the original. Certain songs that did not get the love that they were supposed to get. My 3 favorite songs on that album are Chloroseptic, Heat, and I think Offended. No, not Heat. Was it Heat? I can't remember. Well, I know Offended and Chloroseptic. Now, the Chloroseptic remix just made it that you really can't even listen to Chloroseptic. I'm going to keep it a buck because it's just like, why? That's like you got 2 shorties who love you, who really like you. That's like having, you know, like the bad supermodel who can cook and clean and just got that traditional vibe about her. And then you got like the nasty, dirty smut who be throwing it all out everywhere. It's like, why? That just don't look as good. And she ain't them supermodels. Like, so why? You know what I'm saying? I mean, I could dip dive in that a little bit, but I'm going to commit my time to this. You know what I'm saying? So that's my thoughts. Put your final thoughts on, and do I think people being too harsh on Revival? No. No, especially after the second listen. Because what was really going on is a lot of people thought that the people who hated the Eminem album the most were the haters. I don't think so. I think it was the Eminem fans, bro. I think a lot of new Eminem fans turned into, quote unquote, what the stands will call haters after this album. I think it is. I think it's their fault. I mean, I think that they're the ones who are saying this. I think that because they were expecting so much, because he hasn't dropped in so much time, then when he dropped, it was very disappointing to them, and it broke their heart. I think that's what happened. So I don't believe, because the music wasn't good as what we know M to do, and he did deserve the backlash. We see what happened with Chloroseptic, the remix. Hopefully, the next project Eminem drops, he gonna be in that Chloroseptic remix bag the whole time. You dig? So, put in the comment section below, what is the next Eminem album y'all want me to run through? A couple people said, like, it would be better if it's like an album, like, let's do the R albums, because I'm not a fan of any of the R albums. And maybe I was tripping, because y'all heard me say, like, the bane of Eminem's existence are every album that starts with an R. So maybe I can listen to one and maybe rehear it, and maybe it's not as bad as I thought it was. So you put in the comment section, what's the next Eminem album you want me to go through song by song and then have a final thought to. Make sure you go stream my new single, Scream. Y'all been streaming it so beautifully. It's so beautiful. It's moving up the charts over here. It's moving up the charts. We got it. It's a banger. Song about real emotions and making real numbers. I like that. Then my song, Bullets. I'm going to put that at the end of this. My name is Scru. I'm pretty freaking awesome, but I wouldn't be a goddamn thing without you. The SJ Nation. And I love you. Face. Rapid fire or something, nigga. Dr. Strange, nigga. Look, it's all facts when I spit it, you know the shit's proper. The God's back, he still got the scars from the stigmata. I'm Chris Wallace, they try to pop us but never got us. R.I.P. to everyone over there, we just getting started. Prince the Child of the Panther ain't even pounced yet. I'm getting hate from some shit I ain't even announced yet. The summer's off for Exhibit A, you can count this, cause I'm about to take it to places ain't even found yet. Cause ain't no mercy for them no more. Ain't no mercy for them no more. Ain't no mercy for them no more. If they want bullets, I want bullets. Might get in my dirty bag and just wash all you niggas. Still got a whole album that I could drop on you niggas. I see a lot of niggas and fits as they father figure. I'm putting off for you niggas, but no, I can off you niggas. I'm cool. When I was gone, you niggas was loud full of curves, but I'm back. And niggas act like a bunch of mics in the church. Matter of fact, I take it back, cause you niggas cry over words. Cause I know that you just hurt, and you probably die for a verse and you need it. mercy for them no more. Ain't no mercy for them no more.